Hollywood is filled to the brim with famous actors, stars who possess talent and fame that we could only dream of possessing. However, some of these actors had a little help along the way. Some descend from an iconic Hollywood lineage and have their very famous parents to thank for their success. So today on Beyond the Screen, we're going to be counting down our list of the top 10 actors who have famous parents. Let's jump in. Coming in at 10, Kiefer Sutherland. Born Kiefer William Frederick Dempsey George Rufus Sutherland, yeah, I'm serious, that's his name, this dude has had an incredibly prolific career, starring in films such as Mirrors, Phone Booth, Stand By Me, and of course, The Lost Boys, one of the greatest films of all time. I think at this point it's common knowledge, but Kiefer Sutherland is the son of Hollywood legend Donald Sutherland, Canada's treasure, therefore my treasure. Donald Sutherland shot to fame through roles in Oedipus the King, MASH, National Lampoon's Animal House, and for the younger viewers out there, The Hunger Games. Sigh. According to a source, the pair didn't get to spend much time together over the years until they worked on Forsaken together. I quote, "It wasn't until the last few days of shooting that I realized this was the most time I've spent with my father." Well, that's just kinda sad, isn't it? Coming in at 9, Emma Roberts. Love her or hate her, Emma Roberts comes from a very prestigious Hollywood family, filled to the brim with shining stars. Now her last name may give it away, but no, we're not talking Julia Roberts, who yes, is her aunt, but let's talk about her father. Emma's father is Hollywood icon Eric Roberts, and if you don't know who that is, I'm shook. His IMDb page credits him as starring in over 500 movies and TV shows throughout his incredibly prolific career, with such projects as The Dark Knight, Runaway Train, The Cable Guy, and of course everyone's favourite, The Human Centipede 3 Final Sequence. Now, although Emma Roberts may have had some help breaking into the industry, she has certainly paved her own way, with roles under her belt like We're the Millers, Scream Queens, Palo Alto, and Scream 4. Regarding her lineage, Emma said, I quote, "I think it's important to choose to make decisions for yourself, and that's part of growing up in any career you have. I think you need to know what you like and what you don't, and how you want to build a career." Preach. Coming in at 8, Amber Tamblyn. I don't know where Amber Tamblyn went, but honestly I want to know. For a period of time she was shining in the spotlight, starring in films like The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, and The Grudge 2. However, she has only made small appearances here and there over the last few years, making a handful of cameos on Inside Amy Schumer, as well as 2.5 Men. We don't speak about that one. I need her back, people. Regardless of her career, Amber Tamblyn is the daughter of acclaimed actor Russ Tamblyn, who of course starred in films such as West Side Story, The Haunting, 7 Brides for 7 Brothers, Drive, and my favourite TV show, Twin Peaks, and much more.
Let's talk about Laura.
Okay, let's talk about Laura.
Bobby, what happened the first time that you and Laura made love?
Honestly, this dude was a king in Hollywood back in the day and still makes appearances here and there, the most recent being in The Haunting of Hill House, where he took on the role of Dr. Montague. All I can say is, I need more Russ and I need more Amber. Give it to me now. Coming in at 7, Charlie Sheen. Look, I hate talking about Charlie Sheen, I really do. I don't appreciate his behaviour, I don't appreciate his work, but I do appreciate his incredible lineage. Charlie Sheen shot to fame through roles in films such as Red Dawn, Wall Street, and of course the hit TV show 2.5 Men. He is also the son of Hollywood legend Martin Sheen. If you're unfamiliar, shame on you, but this icon starred in films such as The Departed, Apocalypse Now, Badlands, and The Way. Not only did he create one successful son, he created another as well, Emilio Estevez, the best Estevez and the best Sheen, just saying. He starred in hit films such as The Breakfast Club, The Outsiders, and Bobby. Honestly, sorry Charlie, but there's no topping that. I guess this number should have just been about Emilio. I screwed up. Damn it. Coming in at 6, Dakota Johnson. I'm no lover of Dakota Johnson. I think she's a subpar actress with a terrible attitude. However, I can't ignore the lineage she comes from. An incredibly successful lineage at that. So much so that her mother could have had her own number. For those who don't know, Dakota Johnson shot to fame through her role as Anastasia Steele in 50 Shades of Grey, before going on to star in How to Be Single, Bad Times at the El Royale, and Suspiria. The terrible remake that is, not the superior Dario Argento masterpiece. Anyway, I digress. Some will be surprised to know that Dakota is actually the daughter of Melanie Griffith and Don Johnson, the former an Oscar nominee and famous for appearing in films such as Working Girl, Raw, Now and Then, and more recently, The Disaster Artist. She is also the daughter of Tippi Hedren, aka The Birds. Her father, of course, was known for starring in Miami Vice, Django Unchained, and From Dusk Till Dawn, the series. Very impressive. If only they had taught their daughter manners. What a shame. Coming in at 5, Alexander Skarsgård. The Skarsgård family is filled to the brim with a bunch of talented and beautiful wonderful actors, one of them being of course Alexander Skarsgård, who appeared most recently alongside Nicole Kidman in Big Little Lies as her abusive husband. You will also be familiar with Alexander's brother, Bill, who was shot to fame through the role of Pennywise the Dancing Clown in Stephen King's It reboot. And of course, the father of these talented actors, none other than Stellan Skarsgård, an actor with a slew of awards under his belt for roles in films such as Good Will Hunting, Dogville, Exorcist the Beginning, and of course, Chernobyl. It must be incredible to be a household name in a family of household names. Alexander was once interviewed about his famous dad way back when, stating, "He was a great dad when I was growing up, but it was tough because I didn't get to see him much. He worked 16-hour days, 6 to 7 days a week. I would go to the theater and hang out backstage to see dad basically. Sad times." Coming at 4, Bryce Dallas Howard. I love Bryce Dallas Howard, the Golden Globe nominated actress who starred in films such as The Help, Jurassic World, 50/50, Hereafter, The Village, and Spider-Man 3. But we don't talk about that one. I don't blame her, I blame Tobey Maguire. However, this Hollywood icon was famous before she was even born, because her father, Ron Howard. That's right, this actress is the daughter of Hollywood royalty. Ron Howard, for those who don't know, is an actor turned director, and a 2-time Oscar winner for the critically acclaimed film A Beautiful Mind. He also directed Willow, Far and Away, Apollo 13, Cinderella Man, and The Da Vinci Code. He is a legend and one of my favourite directors of all time. Even though most believe his films to be Oscar baity, I don't care. He's great, and so is Bryce, and I will support them until the end of time. Okay. Bye. Coming in at 3, Colin Hanks. Now this one stumped me, and not for the reasons you would expect. Yes, I knew Colin Hanks was related to Tom Hanks, however, I spent years believing they were brothers. Rookie mistake. I did fail maths, so it all makes sense. Yeah, that's right, Colin Hanks is the son of Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson. Now it would be silly for me to explain the works of Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, because at this point we all know. Well, for those not in the know, Tom Hanks has won 2 Academy Awards for Forrest Gump and Philadelphia. He is an absolute legend. His son, Colin Hanks, is famous for starring in films such as King Kong, Untraceable, and The House Bunny, a guilty pleasure, and has paved such a successful career for himself that it's easy to forget who his parents are. However, it is worth noting that Colin Hanks was born to Samantha Luz, who sadly passed away on March 12, 2002. Coming in at 2, Gwyneth Paltrow. I think it's safe to say we all feel the same way about Gwyneth Paltrow, just ever so slightly irritated anytime we see her pop up on the screen. To be honest, I blame her weird company Goop. There's something weird going on there. It's the eggs. Anyway, I digress. Gwyneth is an Oscar-winning actress. Yeah, you heard me. Oscar-winning actress. For what you might ask, Shakespeare in Love. A highly overrated film, but I get it. People love it. I understand. Honestly, I don't know why I'm hating on everyone so hard. I'm going through something, I think. Existential dread. Anyway, Gwyneth Paltrow has starred in some incredible films such as Sliding Doors, Seven, Emma, and The Royal Tenenbaums, arguably one of Wes Anderson's best films of all time. But this isn't about US. What a lot of people don't know is that Gwyneth is the daughter of Blythe Danner, a Hollywood icon known for her roles in Meet the Parents, Paul, and I'll See You in My Dreams. Blythe also has another child, Jake Paltrow, who is also in the industry, but as a director. This family is stacked. And finally, coming in at number 1, Angelina Jolie. Oh, how I miss Angie. I know she's still around, I just generally miss her when I'm not in the process of watching her in a film. Angelina, of course, hit the scene back in 1995 when she starred in Hackers, before she went on to star in hit films like Gia, The Bone Collector, Girl Interrupted, and one of my many guilty pleasures, Gone in 60 Seconds. Did you know though that Angie is the daughter of Hollywood icon Jon Voight? Now they are known to have an incredibly tumultuous relationship, with the pair not speaking to each other for many years. I quote, "My father and I don't speak. I don't believe that somebody's family becomes their blood, because my son's adopted and families are earned." Preach, Angie. Jon Voight is of course famous for starring in Anaconda, Midnight Cowboy, and my personal favourite, Deliverance. He's an incredibly talented actor, although there are constantly rumours about his on and off screen behaviour, which sums up why himself and Angie don't particularly get along. Well, there we have it. You guys agree with our list? Were there any famous parents that we missed? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below, and perhaps we can do a part 2. And believe me, we could definitely do a part 2, because there are so many actors in Hollywood with famous parents. And on that note, if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another Beyond the Screen vid. And until next time, see you later.